There are Cadillacs sitting on used lots right now for $5,000 to $8,000 that will hit 300,000 miles on basic maintenance. Almost nobody is buying them, not because they're bad, but because the market got them wrong a long time ago and never updated the story. I have spent years working on these cars. I know which ones the market is sleeping on. And today, I'm giving you 5 dirt cheap Cadillacs that will outlast vehicles twice their price, if you know what to look for. Stay until the last one. Number 1 is the most overlooked long-term car in the used market right now. Let's get into it. Number 5, the 2010 to 2012 Cadillac SRX. The SRX name carries baggage that most buyers never look past. Timing chain problems, carbon buildup. The reputation from the first generation SRX, 2004 through 2009, was genuinely bad, and it stuck to everything that came after it. Mention SRX at a used car lot and buyers walk the other way. That is exactly where the value lives. The second generation SRX that arrived in 2010 was a completely different vehicle on a completely different platform. The 3.6 lifter V6 in this generation, available in a 3.0 or the full 3.6, depending on trim, is a naturally aspirated engine without the direct injection complications that plagued later applications. Port injection keeps the intake valves clean. The timing chain system on the 3.0 in particular is one of the more durable setups GM built during this era. I've seen these engines cross 200,000 miles with owners who did nothing more than change the oil and rotate the tires. I had a customer named Patricia who was retiring and needed to get out of her car payment. She had $7,000 and 2 months to find something. She had written off the SRX entirely because her neighbor had told her about his 2006 SRX's timing chain job. That was a completely different car. We found her a 2011 SRX 3.0 with 73,000 miles for $6,800. The comparable Toyota Venza, smaller, older, less refined, was asking $10,000 at every lot within 30 miles. She bought the SRX. 3 years later, she has 112,000 miles on it. 1 battery, 1 set of rear brake pads. That is every unplanned dollar she spent. What to look for? The 3.0 is the more durable choice over the 3.6 in this generation. Lower output, lower stress, longer lived. On the 3.6, listen for a cold start tick in the first 30 seconds. That clears as the engine warms. That's the timing chain tensioner showing its age and the beginning of a $2,000 conversation. Check the Q infotainment system for screen delamination. The early touchscreens in this generation develop a sticky or unresponsive surface. It costs $300 to $500 to address, and it's worth negotiating off the price. Verify the power liftgate operates smoothly. Check the front lower control arm bushings by grabbing the front wheel and pushing in and out. Any clunking means a $250 repair that previous owners typically defer until it gets worse. Clean 2010 to 2012 SRX examples run $5,000 to $8,000 right now. The reputation from a completely different generation is still suppressing the price on these cars 11 years later. That gap is working entirely in your favor. Now, this next one is a car that most people under 50 have never thought about owning, and that's the entire reason it belongs on this list. Number 4, the 2008 to 2011 Cadillac CTS with the 3.6-liter V6. The second generation CTS arrived in 2008, and it was the car that genuinely changed how people thought about Cadillac. Rear-wheel drive, a direct injection 3.6-liter V6 with 340 horsepower, an interior that finally competed with BMW and Mercedes at the same price point. Automotive press called it the best Cadillac in decades. The problem? Early direct injection. Meant carbon buildup on the intake valves, and the timing chain on the high-output 3.6 developed a wear pattern that showed up between 60 and 90,000 miles. That reputation has suppressed the price on 2008, 2009, and 2010 CTS sedans for 15 years. Here's what the market's not accounting for. The owners who are selling these cars today at $7,000 to $10,000 are not selling them because they broke. They're selling them because they bought something newer. The 2009 and 2010 CTS, with documented service history, oil changes at 5,000 miles, timing chain tensioner replaced if there was ever a cold start rattle, is one of the strongest, used luxury sedans available at this price. I helped a retired teacher named Gerald find a car after his Buick finally gave out at 240,000 miles. He had $10,000 and was being steered toward a base BMW 3 Series with 160,000 miles that needed front struts and valve cover gasket. We found him a 2010 CTS 3.6 all-wheel drive with 81,000 miles for $8,200. Same class, more room, better ride. He's at 137,000 miles now. Timing chain tensioner was replaced at $95,000 as preventative maintenance, $420 at an independent shop. That is the only repair that was not scheduled maintenance. What to look for? Cold start is everything on this engine. Listen for a full 2 minutes before you consider making an offer. The 3.6 in good health starts completely quietly and stays that way. A rattle in the first 30 to 60 seconds that clears after warm-up is the chain telling you it's already stretched. Walk away or negotiate at least $1,500 off the asking price. Ask specifically when the transmission fluid was last serviced. The 6-speed automatic in this generation will shudder at highway speeds when the fluid's overdue. $150 to fix early, $400 if the clutch packs are already affected. Pull the dipstick and look for a dark brown fluid with any metallic sheen. That's a transmission that's been running on degraded fluid for a long time. Clean 2009 to 2011 CTS 3.6s run $7,000 to $11,000. This is a rear-wheel drive luxury sports sedan that competed with the BMW 3 Series when it was new. Available for the price of a high-mileage base Accord. The reputation lag on this car is 15 years old and still working in your favor. Most buyers stop researching right here, but the next one is a car so forgotten that most people can't even place the name, and that's exactly why it's on this list. Number 3, the 2007 to 2011 Cadillac STS with the 3.6-liter V6. Most people have never heard of the STS. That is not an exaggeration. I ask customers regularly, and the response is usually a blank look or a vague memory that Cadillac made a rear-wheel drive sedan at some point. The STS was discontinued in 2011, and the name essentially disappeared from public conversation. Nobody bids against you when you find one. The price reflects a car the market has largely forgotten. Here's what that forgetfulness is hiding. The STS was Cadillac's mid-size rear-wheel drive sports sedan for a decade. The 3.6-liter V6 in the 2007 and newer STS is a naturally aspirated engine, not the high-output direct injection version that caused carbon problems in the CTS. Port injection, timing chain, no turbos, no cylinder deactivation. A simple, honest powertrain that rewards maintenance and does not surprise you with complex failure modes. The STS shares significant drivetrain and platform components with the first-generation CTS, which means parts are widely available and labor rates are reasonable at any shop that works on GM products. I sold one last spring to a couple named Frank and Helen, both retired. Both wanted something comfortable for long drives to visit their grandchildren, about 400 miles each way twice a year. They had $8,000. Every salesman they talked to pushed them towards a Toyota Camry or a Honda Accord. We found them a 2008 STS 3.6 with 66,000 miles for $5,900. A Camry with similar mileage was running $9,000 in their market. They bought the STS. They have driven it to see their grandchildren 4 times. They told me afterward that the Camry they almost bought has nothing on the STS at highway speeds. They're right. It's a fundamentally different car. What to look for? The STS tends to accumulate deferred small maintenance. Cabin filters, transmission fluid, brake fluid, because previous owners treated it as a low priority car. Budget $200 for fluid services when you buy one and do them immediately. Check the rear air suspension on equipped models. It holds up well, but a failed rear strut runs $500 to $600 per side, and owners often delay it. Inspect the sunroof drain tubes if the car has a sunroof. Block drains on this platform cause water intrusion into the rear footwells. It's a $50 cleaning that becomes a $400 carpet job if ignored for years. Ask whether the timing chain has ever been serviced or inspected. Clean cold start, no rattles, documented oil history. This car will run 200,000 miles without drama. Clean 2007 to 2011 STS 3.6s run $4,000 to $8,000. You're buying a rear-wheel drive Cadillac for Camry money. rear-wheel drive, Bose audio, heated and cooled leather, sunroof, for less than most people spend on a base Corolla. The market's forgetfulness is your discount. I've seen these cross 250,000 miles. The ones that make it that far all have one thing in common: an owner who paid attention. Most buyers stop right here. That's exactly why they overpay. If this is the kind of information that's useful to you, subscribe before we get to the top 2. The next one is the car people call boring. And boring is the reason it's going to outlast everything else on this list. Number 2, the 2013 to 2016 Cadillac XTS with the 3.6-liter V6. Nobody gets excited about the XTS. That's not a criticism. It's the most important fact about this car. It is full size. It is quiet. It is comfortable. It does not look aggressive, and younger buyers walk past it. Buyers who want something sporty walk past it. The market has essentially decided that a car this unglamorous cannot possibly be worth considering, and then priced it at $8,000 to $14,000 for a vehicle that's stickered at $46,000 to $68,000 when new. The 3.6-liter LFX V6 in the XTS is a naturally aspirated engine. No active fuel management, no turbos, no complex valve timing actuators to fail. I've seen these engines cross 200,000 miles with owners who did 2 things: changed the oil and showed up when something else needed attention. The LFX was GM's most reliable large V6 of that era, and the XTS is one of the last cars that used it in its purest, most straightforward form. I had a customer named James, a retired postal worker. 300,000 miles on his last car, not interested in impressing anyone. He had $11,000 and wanted something that would last another 15 years. I showed him the XTS. He told me it looked like a car for old people. I told him that was the point. He bought a 2015 XTS with 59,000 miles for $9,800. He came back recently at 143,000 miles asking if he needed to do anything beyond an oil change. I told him the transmission fluid was overdue. He did that. That is his entire repair history for 4 years. What to look for? The XTS is longer than a BMW 5 Series with a full-size interior. Be sure the size works for where you park. Avoid the V-Sport trim. The V-Sport has the 3.6-liter twin-turbo engine making 410 horsepower and the timing chain vulnerabilities that come with it. The naturally aspirated base 3.6 is the reliable version. Check transmission fluid service history. GM's service bulletin calls for a drain and fill on the 8-speed at 97,500 miles under normal conditions. Skip it and you inherit a shutter that costs $400 to $1,000 to address. Test every electronic feature before you commit. Q screen issues on this generation show up on higher mileage examples, and each one is worth $300 to $500 off the asking price. Clean 2013 to 2016 XTS 3.6s run $8,000 to $14,000. This car was priced to compete with the Mercedes E-Class and the Lexus ES when it was new. It's now available for the price of a used Honda Fit. The XTS is boring. That's exactly why it's going to be running at 300,000 miles when everything else around it has been retired. Now here is number 1. This is the one I've been building toward, the most overlooked long-distance car in the used market today. And the reason most people pass on it is a problem that vanished 15 years ago. Number 1. The 2007 to 2013 Cadillac Escalade with the 6.2-liter L92 V8. I know what you're thinking. An Escalade on a dirt cheap list? But stay with me, because this is the Escalade the market has almost completely forgotten, and the price reflects that. The 2007 through 2013 Escalade used the L92, a 6.2-liter V8 built on the LS platform. Cast iron block, aluminum heads, naturally aspirated, 403 horsepower. This is not the L86 from the 2015 redesign with its active fuel management lifter problems. The L92 either had no cylinder deactivation system at all or had an early AFM implementation far less aggressive than what came later. The failure mode that scared buyers away from the newer Escalades, the $4,000 to $8,000 lifter collapse, is not a documented problem on the L92. This is the version of the Escalade that quietly crosses 200,000 miles and keeps going. The LS platform under this truck is one of the most proven V8 architectures in automotive history. The same foundational design powered Corvettes, Camaros, and full-size trucks for decades across millions of vehicles. Any competent shop in the country can work on this engine. Parts are inexpensive and everywhere. When something does need attention on a well-maintained L92 Escalade, it is almost always a straightforward repair. Water pump, throttle body, front differential fluid, maintenance items that show up at high mileage on a vehicle that has been worked hard. I had a customer named Dale who retired from a construction company and wanted a truck that could handle the trailer he kept from his working years. He had $14,000. The newer 2015 and 2016 Escalades he looked at were running $22,000 to $30,000 for clean examples. We found him a 2010 Escalade ESV with 91,000 miles, the long wheelbase version, for $12,500. Same badge, same interior quality, same capability. He drives it to his cabin 250 miles away every other weekend, pulls a boat in the summer, and comes into my shop every 5,000 miles for an oil change. He has 162,000 miles on that truck. The only repairs beyond scheduled maintenance have been a water pump at 140,000 miles and a new battery. That's it. What to look for? This is still a 6.2-liter V8 that rewards consistent maintenance. Pull service records and look for 5,000-mile or shorter oil change intervals. An L92 that's been changed every 7,000 to 10,000 miles on the monitor schedule is a different truck from one that's been changed every 5. Listen on cold start for any tick that does not clear within the first 2 minutes. That's not normal on a healthy L92. Check the front differential operation at low speed. Any binding or grinding in tight turn indicates a service that was deferred. Verify the 6-speed automatic fluid's been serviced. This transmission will shudder when the fluid's overdue, and the service costs $150 before it becomes a problem. Clean 2007 to 2013 Escalade L92 examples, including the ESV long wheelbase version, run $10,000 to $18,000 right now. The 2015 redesign and the AFM problem that came with it dropped the perceived value of everything that preceded it. The market discounted the wrong truck. The L92 Escalade is not the truck with the lifter problem. It's the full-size luxury SUV with the bulletproof V8 that'll do 300,000 miles if you maintain it. And you can buy it for a fraction of what the problem generation costs. People see an Escalade. They assume you spent $30,000. They have no idea you paid $12,000. This is the Escalade people are afraid of, without the problem that they're afraid of. And that's exactly why it is number 1. Which of these are you considering? Drop your model and your budget in the comments. I read every one. Hit like and subscribe. More real-world Cadillac buying advice every week.